Destroy All Humans was first released way back in June 2005 for PlayStation 2, Xbox and Nintendo Wii. Some 15 years later, both the publisher and the game are back from the dead with a full-on, from-the-ground-up remake of the game for modern consoles. We're talking Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC and even Google Stadia. I'm Adam Cook from God is a Geek, here to bring Chris White's written review to life for you. Is it good to have Big Willy back in 2020, or should the series mascot have stayed underground with the rest of the worms? Let's get into the review, shall we? While the original Destroy All Humans did come out in 2005 and didn't really gain a lot of adulation at the time, it's since become somewhat of a cult classic among gamers, and it's easy to see why. Silly humour, plenty of explosions, and an ungodly amount of cow throwing made it a lot of fun to play, and thanks to Black Forest Games, we've got a complete remake these 15 years later. I've thoroughly enjoyed revisiting the frantic chaos and stupid inhabitants, infiltrating military bases and launching tanks into farmhouses. While it may suffer from some of the things that held the original back, Destroy All Humans 2020 is still a blast, especially if you're after a break from all the seriousness of other recently released games. Crypto-137 has been sent to Earth to harvest human brainstems and save his predecessor, Crypto-136, who crash-landed before him, from the evil government agents. They're planning on using alien tech and Furon DNA for their own dastardly plans, and Crypto isn't having any of it. It can't be nice having no genitalia, but due to a lack of their own DNA, it has left their entire race unable to reproduce. They've had to result in cloning, which hasn't exactly gone to plan. Without their own DNA, the Furon race is soon to be extinct. A long time ago, a battle between aliens and humans left all humans with Furon DNA running through their bodies, so naturally it's up to Crypto-137 to collect as much as he can to save his people. Destroy All Humans has a wonderful mix of missions. Some have you destroying a fairground or a seaside suburb, whilst others require you to abduct other humans and take them back to your ship. They're normally quite short, which actually helps to keep the game moving. Along with the main objective, almost every mission will have side objectives, and by completing these, you'll earn more DNA to upgrade your abilities and your flying saucer. The game isn't particularly long, but I kind of like the fact that it doesn't really outstay its welcome. Once you've completed a mission in a new area, you're free to explore. Destroy All Humans isn't an open world, and there's not much to do other than destroying buildings, cars, military vehicles, and killing the human race. Unless you're trying to complete one of the 4 side missions, you'll likely become bored of these exploration sections. These side missions don't offer much to do outside of what you're used to. Armageddon has you destroying entire towns with your saucer, Abduction sees how many people or animals you can abduct, Race has you following a drone, and Rampage lets you use all your weapons on foot to kill as many people as possible. These missions reward you with DNA to upgrade, but they do become repetitive. You've got a lot of weaponry to mix up how you decide to destroy all humans. The Zap-O-Matic has you fry enemies to a cinder, and your Disintegrator Ray burns humanity's flesh off. You can use an anal probe to recover shield, or an ion detonator to blow up large areas of the map. Another very useful tool to Crypto is his psychokinesis. In many occasions, I rarely used my weapons because it's satisfying to fling enemies into buildings or the sea, or into the air with the simple press of a button. You can also harvest brainstorms to refill your shield and use something called a cortex scan to read people's minds. Your saucer has a death ray, which does exactly what it says on the tin, along with the ability to deflect missiles and cause sonic booms to cause untold amounts of destruction. Each ability you have can be upgraded on the mothership with the Furon DNA you have collected, ranging from improving the blast radius of certain weapons to increasing ammo capacity. But my favourite types of mission in Destroy All Humans were the ones where I had to infiltrate a base or abduct an unsuspecting civilian. Your D-pad controls something known as a holobob, and this tool allows you to mess with the minds of the public. Some situations require you to take on the form of a human, and by using the holobob you can do just that. If you don't use your cortex scan on other civilians, the effect will wear off and you'll revert back to Crypto. You can also make humans cause a distraction for you to slip by, or control their minds so that they'll follow you and fight for you. There's a meter in the game, much like the star system in Grand Theft Auto, so the more chaos you cause, the stronger the threat. But you can use your holobob to make suspecting individuals forget completely what they saw before it all gets out of hand. Now, although the gameplay can become repetitive, the writing gives you the push needed to play to the end. Destroy All Humans has a lot of laughs, and scanning humans provides an insight into what they're thinking. These sections provide some hilarious moments, and while they are repeated every now and again, there's still a lot that aren't. The story is a definite homage to the science fiction B-movies of the 1950s, never taking itself too seriously. Crypto is a cynical and gruff alien that reminded me of Jack Nicholson, and I never grew tired of listening to his interactions with Pox, the alien directing you from the mothership. The cutscenes are also tremendously well written, the newspapers that pop up between missions are funny, and the gameplay tone is a nice departure from many of the bleaker games on the market right now. So Destroy All Humans then is a superb remake of the original. The writing is excellent, the missions contain a nice mix of chaos and calm, and while the gameplay does become repetitive, I enjoyed revisiting Crypto and his plans to save his own race, even if it's at the cost of ours. It's colourful and it's comical, with visuals that definitely improve on the original by far, but it's still not quite as sharp as I'd have liked. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't look bad, but some textures could have been sharper, and some animations could have been crisper. But if you enjoyed the original, you need to give this a go, because you'll have one hell of a time. Destroy All Humans definitely falls under the faithful remake category, with great humour, short and sweet missions, and lots of stuff to blow up, and that's why we're giving it 8 out of 10. Thanks so much for watching our video review of Destroy All Humans 2020 edition. I've been Adam Cook for God is a Geek, and we hope you've enjoyed this video enough to click the subscribe button and maybe even the bell button to be notified of every future video on our channel. Maybe give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and maybe even leave us a comment. Do you have any fond memories of that original game? Are you coming to this brand new? Is this a new game to you? And if so, are you excited to play it? Also worth mentioning on the channel, if you have a look around, I got sent the Crypto 137 edition of the game, which was a bit of a surprise because we were asked, and I thought it was going to be a small limited edition, and a box that's bigger than my child arrived. So have a look at that unboxing. You will be able to see the enormous statue, the kind of cool backpack, and obviously, you know, the other stuff that comes with the game to do that. But most importantly, give us that subscription. We really appreciate it. And if you really love us, and if you're listening to this thinking, God, he's really trying to sell this stuff, patreon.com/GodIsAGeek, where we give away codes, we give away all sorts of stuff on there. Thank you once again for your time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.